The Arlington Center for the Arts proudly presents the 2022 Ellen McClennen Community Arts Award to Playtime for its contributions to the cultural life of our town for nearly 80 years. This year's award is presented to Playtime in recognition of the passion and commitment Carolyn Levosky and her staff have shown in serving as a creative resource to local artists, crafters, and learners of all ages, and through several generations.
The thing I like best about Playtime is just the utter surprise that greets you every time you turn around an aisle.
You will always find something new and something that you would consider to be a treasure.
How could you not want to come to a store that had so many possibilities?
It's certainly an art store where you can get literally everything you could want, either for fine art or crafts or for a party. But for me, it's filled with all kinds of wonderful memories. So every time I go in there, I leave a little happier. And that's my take on Playtime.
Well, my name is Carolyn. I'm the manager and owner of this store. We've been here since 1945, and this is my 52nd year personally. And I just do all the buying, all the selling, working with customers. I love it all, yes.
And didn't your dad start this place?
Yeah, it was a family business. My father started after World War II. Just after he got married, he wanted to run his own business. He was a bit entrepreneurial, and it was his dream to run his own business, and it's just been going along ever since. And he ran it for 25 years, and we passed away, and then I've been running it for the last 52.
And this store keeps growing, listens to artists, it listens to crafters, it listens to people that need to try new things. We all need to do that.
You do so much one-on-one personal stuff.
A lot. And it's good because you feel part of the community. People come in a lot. It's a repeat business. It's a bedroom community, so people are involved. They raise their children here. They raise their families here. They live here. They're back and forth all the time. They're in and out. And so it's very personal. And it's not just transients. So we get to know everybody. It's wonderful.
And you've provided the materials for a lot of school plays.
Yeah, because kids have projects to do, and they know what they want to do, but they don't know what's available to them. So I usually just say, I'm not going to tell you how to do the project, but I'll tell you what's available for you to get. Then you can just do it the way you had it in your mind, because we have to find out what people are visualizing when they come in. We don't know.
Playtime is the place to go to shop for your kids, for all kinds of fun, exciting things.
I raised 3 kids in Arlington, and so we spent a lot of hours wandering through the aisles. I particularly remember one birthday party I did for my son, who's now 26. I think he was probably 4 or 5 years old, and he was really into the ocean and sea creatures. And I went to Playtime and found this blue translucent paper, and I covered all the windows of the downstairs of my house with this blue paper and bought all the beautiful construction papers and scissors and glue sticks. And when the kids came from the party, they started by each making a sea creature and taping it up on the underwater scene. So I credit Playtime with giving me the idea for that and making me a more creative mom.
This was the store to come to make my children super happy. We've done beading. We've done stuff with all these ribbons. Carol had magic markers that were called magic markers. And they were the kind of things where my kids could write something in code, and you needed a special magic marker to go over it, and all of a sudden, it would come out blue and you could read the whole message. It was unlimited. It was unlimited.
I've been coming to Playtime since back in the 90s. I was at the end of my training as a architectural school, so I would come here and get all my supplies to make models. So that's how far back my relationship with Playtime goes. The value of art in my life has been powerful, and so I've always wanted to support that in my family. And so it was so wonderful to have this right in the community. And so all these years I just thought, how special is that to live in a town where you have this amazing resource to support what you value, and then you see in the town other associations like Arlington Center for the Arts.
I've been working at Playtime for 21 years. Before that, I was a full-time jeweler, and I had young kids at home, and I was tired of working full-time. I came in here, I saw a sign on the door that said, looking for help, and I came in and talked to Carol, and I've been here ever since my kids are in grade school. And I lived in Arlington. I always came here to shop because there's always something fun to look at. I'm a collage artist as well, so I'm always interested in papers and textures and colors, and I love coming here and just browsing around. And there was always something new and interesting and fun.
I go to Playtime because the staff will give you a tutorial at the drop of a hat. What I've learned in my almost 30 years in Arlington is that everybody behind a counter there has some kind of art practice. So not only do they know where everything is at Playtime, but they've tried it. They have an idea. They can help you out. For example, Sandra Pastrana still works, I think, at Playtime, and she taught me to needle felt. She and I made a whole show together. And for a second show starring the same characters, I wanted these puppets to be able to juggle. It just seemed like it's something they should do. So I went into the bottom of Playtime in the downstairs, my favorite places, and I think I was talking to Linda in the downstairs, and she said, "Oh, you know what? If that's what you need, maybe you should go over in our trim. We've got some that's as thick as rope. I bet you could sew it together." And it works.
So there's a lot of interaction in working at Playtime. There's a lot of trying to figure out what's the best thing for someone's project.
I really am happy that you're celebrating Playtime. It's just such a lovely independent store, just chock full of diverse materials and staff willing to find the weirdest thing for you.
I feel like I learn something every day. I'm not an artist, I'm a teacher, but I feel like I've learned quite a bit from my coworkers, from the community that comes in, and from Carol. Carol's a great boss. She's just fabulous.
I have never not found what I needed here.
Oh, hopefully. That's music to my ears, because people come in here as a destination store. Destination store means you've come in here because you made a decision to get up and get out of the house and come here. So we don't want to disappoint anybody. And we've been doing it such a long time that we sort of know what people want, but also we want to have it in stock. So I have a philosophy of having a lot of inventory. Well, this is a receiving room. Things are coming in all the time, and we're unpacking all the time. It's like doing your grocery unpacking 24/7. So that's what we seem to do. So this wall here has all these boxes on it, which are actually cream cheese boxes, and they were used in delis in the 50s, 40s, 50s. And we had a local deli years ago when I was a child up the street, one block up the street, called Harry's Deli.
Harry's Deli?
Yeah, and it was very nice deli. It was just a small little place, but everybody went there for lunch. And so, because they didn't have a lot of restaurants at that time. It was a long time ago. So I used to go there with my father. For some reason, we ended up, I don't know how, with 1 million of these cheese boxes, which we used in our jewelry department to organize what we were selling, which at the time was unfinished jewelry that people would buy and put rhinestones in by gluing it in. And some people bought them for gifts, and some people wore them themselves. And we had all kinds of things. So we had all kinds of supplies, and these are all filled with jewelry pieces from that era.
My friends and colleagues and artists have always appreciated the deep inventory at Playtime. And we had a joke: one of us is going to get lost in aisle 5 and never get out.
That's part of the challenge is trying to fit everything that she loves into the store.
Which is largely our job.
Yeah. It's a great. It is. Yeah.
It is.
I have a favorite memory. It was actually a strange one where I came to Playtime quite a few times, but then I discovered there was a downstairs. And so I walked downstairs into what looked like sort of a basement at the time. It was filled with amazing goodies for artists, for craftspeople, ribbons of all kinds. It was like treasure after treasure. So that was pretty special that first time.
It's really amazing. We've got some things that you might have difficulty finding other places. Not everyone has them.
And I love the display shelves that you have.
Oh, this is original to the store. This must be 50, 60 years old. I think the carpenter built this for us. When we first opened up the store, they didn't have metal shelving, so everything had to be built. Everything was wood. The whole place was just like this, but in wood, almost like bookcases. The carpenter built the whole store when we first opened, so it took a long time, and that's the only thing they had to work with was wood.
This is a magnificent frame.
Would you like to see that hanging?
I would love to. I would love to be in that frame.
That's why you could be in the picture. You
frame.
could be in the picture.
I never have seen so many frames in one place.
And to me, it's never enough because we're always getting requests. And we listen to the requests and we're trying to make sure we have what people want. So it takes a little juggling to make sure that people can get what they're looking for.
I'd like to congratulate Playtime for winning this award. The truth is that Playtime is part of the fabric of Arlington.
I think Arlington people are a little bit quirky. They like being quirky and having something that's a little bit different from everybody else. Playtime is just full of those things.
It's a unique place. I mean, it's not a chain store. You're not going to find anything like it anywhere else. And I like to think Kickstand is sort of the cafe version of Playtime. It's such a treasure.
From the chamber perspective, we look at Playtime as a destination business. People come to Arlington specifically to go to Playtime from surrounding towns. And a lot of those people will then go and have a cup of coffee or a sandwich somewhere else in town. I really do feel that the independent business aspect of Playtime is important. A place like Playtime is unique and inspirational.
I think it's so important to honor the arts and culture businesses. You have such a fully outfitted art supply store like that for very picky professionals like myself, to kids who want to do stickers, for example, to crafters who go downstairs and find all that they need for jewelry making. There's something for everybody. Playtime.
Really, really appreciate this store, and I so appreciate Carol.
Can you understand why we thought you would be a wonderful recipient of the award? No. The Ellen McClennen Award. That's what it is.
Well, it's an honor. I do not understand how they came to pick me, but I'm very honored. And I don't want to take credit for it because I work with a lot of people who work hard.
But you're always giving credit to your customers and to your coworkers and to the people who make all these products.
It's not hard to give them credit.
And now we're trying to give you credit for all the joy that you've brought so many people.
It's my joy too.
We so appreciate you taking the time to let us tour this beautiful store.
Well, you've been very kind and very gracious, and I'm happy to do it. And it's for a wonderful cause, Arlington Center for the Arts. It's a great mix with us because we both appreciate the same things, and we have people who frequent the same places. So it just makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm very impressed and very happy that you picked me very much for that in my store, the store.